Hello and welcome back to another episode of Into the 99, where we've got 99 cards, cuz Commander's number one. I'm one of your hosts, Daniel. I've got the boys with me, both Sherman and Slothy. Sherman, how you doing today?
I want to go back to bed. I'm so tired.
I respect that. I, I don't know. I got up early today. I don't know. I kept getting up. I got up at like 5 and 6. I don't know why. And then we're still late to get to recording.
It's the weather changes. Okay. Like this week, okay, like what? Monday, Tuesday, it was like, plus 15, plus 20. And then like Wednesday, Thursday, we had a snowfall warning. Like there was 30 centimeters, like basically a foot and a half of snow that dumped on us. And now it's back to like 15 degrees. Yeah, my migraines can't take this.
The fun thing about living out here is that you kind of look like you're schizophrenic when you're complaining about these things, because it's just like, yeah, it's like, wow, the weather's been crazy, and like, can you show me, please? Like, and I'm like, all right, and it's just sunny, just a sunny, beautiful day, and like people are like walking in shorts and everything, and I'm like what do you mean the weather's bad? But yeah, it's like we're in Celsius, in Canadian and other places in the world, and not Fahrenheit terms. We're getting like a 30-degree temperature swing in like 2 days. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like plus 15 to like minus 10, back up to plus 15. Like
it does kind of make you not want to do too many things and stuff. So I definitely get that, but it's been nice. Other than that, I feel like we normally get like generally 5-ish storms. It's kind of give or take spring storms out here. So we're like 3 or 4, and we'll get some sun eventually, right?
Yeah, our 1 week of winter, or 1 week of summer. That's it.
Yeah, right. And how are you, Slothy?
Tired and sore.
True. How was your trip? We talked about you were going on a trip.
It was great. It was very, very busy. Went and caught 3 baseball games that weekend.
That's pretty cool. That's a lot of baseball games.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had a blast. Drank way too much.
Yeah. To be young.
Yeah. I haven't drank really in ages. I just like sometimes like have like a drink when I like go for sushi. Gotta have some. But no, other than that, the week's been pretty good for me. I'm still trying to, as anyone can see on this table, I'm still making decks. I still just am making so many decks. I'm out of sleeves. I'm out of all that stuff. But I've been making a lot. I'm kind of we're talking today Strixhaven stuff, right? And I'm kind of deliberating because, like, I'll give you my preamble in a minute. Let's first, thanks to everyone who comes out and checks the stuff out. It really does mean a lot to all of us. It's always a good time. If you want any of the cards we're about to talk about, go to houseofcards.ca, promo code IT99, can't talk. If you want cool places to put them, go to Nerd Gear and use promo code IT99. Both are great businesses, wonderful places to support. And like, share, subscribe. Come see us on Patreon. And without further ado, let me jump into just my thoughts on this. I don't like this set that much. I loved Strixhaven because Strixhaven was so like unique. And we haven't really. We're going to just kind of chat the set alive and go through it a little bit. And I haven't seen all of the cards for it and everything, but I've seen the bangers, and a lot of it I'm like, okay, like it's good for goodness sake. Strixhaven was such a unique set, and this is, to me, it's a very cool spell slinger set. There's undoubtedly very cool cards and very strong cards, but it's not really what I wanted from a return to Strixhaven, if that makes any sense. Like Lorwyn did a good job with what a return to Lorwyn should have been. I thought it was really cool and interesting. This is just like, hey, you guys like to cast really powerful spells, I guess? You guys want instant and sorcery reduction? Like, I've kind of ranted a little bit about it and stuff. Like, what do you guys think about the set initially before we like get into it? Because like I said, from a hardcore Strixhaven fan, I'm kind of disappointed.
Power creep is strong.
Yeah, I will agree with that. Let's I guess let's just start chatting about some of the cards. I want to start in just main set here. The one thing I do like is it's a really fun jank way to play around with the epic mechanic, right? Because getting the epic mechanic off is like super cool, but it stops you and limits you from being able to do anything for the rest of the game with it. But they're really cool spells where you get to go like the enduring cycle, right? They're really cool. So they kind of fix that with this set, with this new like paradigm mechanic and stuff. And I do think that's cool. I think that's like a really cool flavor win. I think a bunch of the cards are I think they're too strong for sure. Like these as repeatable effects. Like I'll read the first one here. We're just like in the mythics here. So we got Decorum Dissertation, 3 double black. Target player draws 2 cards, loses 2 life. Paradigm. Exile this spell after you first resolve a spell with its name. You can cast a copy of it from exile without paying its mana cost at the beginning of each of your first main phases. Every turn we get a draw 2, lose 2 life, and we can send that at whoever we want. We can politics with it. It doesn't force us to do it. We're not like we don't have to make that decision early game. If you get it or like an explosive start and can get something like this off on turn 3, then you're set. Commander's got 40 life, right? Losing 2 life to get 2 extra card draw every turn. That's really good. That's a good ability.
It's nice. Like it's crazy because it's like you have these as lessons as well. So you have like Uncle Iroh.
didn't even notice that there were lessons. Hadn't even looked at that part yet. I've got to go. Like I said, I don't know if I want to build too much of the stuff, but I do want to build a bunch of Uncle Iroh stuff and lessons. And I got come on, the lesson flashback deck where I'm casting stuff like this for 1.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, okay, like how many copies do you want now?
Well, that is the other thing. Let's even quickly talk copies, right? These cast, you may cast. You exile. So this is any of your cast triggers are going to go off. Any of your Stormish triggers are going to go off. Like I said, I think it's a very cool cycle. We're going to definitely see them. These are going to be pricey cards. You're not picking these up for $3.
Yeah, no, they're going to be expensive. Like the mechanic, I'm kind of like, I don't care for the mechanic. I like Epic. I play with Epic. You guys have heard me talk about how I use Epic for my decks and everything, just because I'm like, okay, I've cast it. Now I don't have to play Magic. I'm going to the bathroom. Bye.
Epic's a cool jank thing to get around, right? Like the ultimate, in my opinion, still like the ultimate jank thing is like I assembled with my, like I have a Cody deck. The whole point of it is to give my sorceries flash so that I can have all of these on the stack, resolve all of the epic spells, and I've never done it. I've never been able to get all of them off at once on the stack. That'd be fun. Be cool. I've never done it. It's an interesting thing. It's the deck point. I've got 1 or 2 of the epics off on the stack, and that's still fun. But you're forced to continue with it, right? Like you don't. It's not It's not like, okay, well, if I don't want this later, like you are committing to the game plan of that nonsense the moment you put that on the stack. Whereas this is just there's no consequence to it, right? Like draw 2 cards, lose 2 life at 5 mana. That's not a good cost. But every turn that repeats gets better and better and better.
But that's just I get it's a mythic. That's just a black one. There's like, we have 4 other colors.
Well, I do want to say too, right? A big problem is that as well, you can't interact with this, right? I just have like a pseudo extra free cast spell every turn once I get this off, right? If you don't have counterspell mana for any of these, you're just out of luck while I cast it for free every time. And they're all good effects, right? So I can sit there and I can be draining the table. I can be giving your opponents, like I know Sherman has I know Sherman's got like answers in his deck, right? And I don't have the answers for Slothy. So I can just be like, here, Sherman, draw, and then draw, and then draw. And like, you know, two life isn't really anything to anyone. Like in a 20 life format where you've got like 4 of these going off, but I guess you can only paradigm them 1 time. So when you first cast a spell with this name, so you can't, but still it's still a free spell, and they're problematic to have to deal with. Like the cast for free counter stuff is I think going to become more popular as they push more power with this. Does someone want to talk about the blue one here?
Yeah, I'm quite excited about this one. Echo Casting Symposium, 4 double blue for a lesson sorcery. And target player creates a token that's a copy of target creature you control. And it has Paradigm.
Again, super cool group hug card.
Really, really cool.
Or 6 mana as well. Come on.
You get a Bumbleflower.
Well, that's to me, this one screams everything group hug. I'm putting this in all my group hug decks, and everyone can make my group hug cards.
And then you can get a phage, and you can get a phage, and you can get a phage.
Unequivocally hilarious. If that's the only creature you have out is phage, and then you just be like, Sherman, you pick. It's your choice. It's the freedom is there. You pick away. You get a phage.
If you want, if you want something like that, just look at go to like EDH Dragon, look up like Beantown Bullies or whatever, right? And just see what people have there, and then there you go. Just start giving them out, like give out levelers out.
I took Phage out of Beantown Bullies. It's too mean. It's really funny though. Right? It's like I said, it's pretty cool. There's we also have like this again, that's a strong I pay 6 mana for token copies all the time already. You know, 4 to 6 mana is already the cost of that spell.
And to get to do it every turn.
And again, it's target player and stuff, right? You can you can also do this with just annoying stuff. If you have like a deck full of like annoying nonsense cards, I've got Harbinger of the Tides, and now we all have Harbinger of the Tides. We're all playing Harbinger of the Tides. You can remove mine all you want. You're all getting one.
Just have it where like you have the what was the commander, the one that's like the wall that you get to choose which direction everyone has to attack, and everyone has a different direction.
Yeah, Primacon. Yeah, everyone attacks left, right, left, right, left, right, up, down, up, down, up, down, and then the cheat code is I just get up and leave the game.
Like they should have made the spells like those 2 spells cost more. Like the red one's not so bad. Like the red one is like improvisation capstone. I can't pronounce anything today, you know. But anyways, it's 5 double red, so it's 7 mana. So we saw a 5 mana one, 6 mana one. This is a 7 mana one, right? It's like exile cards from the top of your library until you exile cards with total mana value 4 or greater. You may cast any number of spells from among them without paying their mana cost. That is a 7 mana spell. I get it. The other ones should be equivalent to that in mana value. They're just as they're strong. The black one's not as strong as this, granted, but like still make that a 6. Don't make it a 5.
Yeah. Again, that's a strong ability.
Oh yeah, that's insane.
Well, and especially the more powerful your deck is, right? The more you're gonna be able to get off with that kind of thing, right? Like if you have like a deck of just like small spells, free spells, like most people kind of do, right? Like your Cheerio style decks. Like I'll put this in Myria, where like my whole deck, like Myria is like 0 tap artifacts to do this and stuff. I'll exile 30 cards with this thing and then have 30 more mana. Very cool. And then I'll do it the next turn. Then I'll run out of cards. I actually might, if I in that Myria deck, I might deck myself trying to get through to that 4 mana cost. That's funny.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like you have someone like this, like mixing in with like, you know, like the passionate archaeologist or whatever, where like you deal damage every time you cast him from exile. You know, you have in like Prosper Tomebound, where you're like you cast things from exile, you create treasures. Like it's really, really crazy.
Yeah. They
at least it's 7 mana.
Yeah, like going to like the green one and stuff here, right? The Germination Practicum. 3 double green. It's another lesson. Put 2/1 counters on each creature you control. That's a good ability. That's a good ability before you do it every turn. This, I think, is going to be probably the least popular of them, simply because of how much time it's going to take to do this every turn. That's a lot of times I don't play like the Cathar's Crusade like effects because of how much time it takes to put a 1/1 counter on everything. You know, 2 for you and 2 for you and 2 for you. You know, like it really does like take a lot of time. This
one's going immediately in Bridget.
That's horrible. That's too many. It's too long. You got too many dorks. They're too big.
I have the white one here.
You got the white one? Okay, what's that one?
Yeah. The white one is Restoration Seminar for 5 double white. Return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Oh, that's sweet.
Just bring something back. That's it.
That's good.
Non-land.
I think this is the only one that's too expensive.
I think this should be more expensive.
I could see this being like 6.
Again, it's repeatable and stuff like that, but you gotta have all of the other ones are just pretty much good on its face. Like from the moment you have a creature out, they're good. The black one is good no matter what's out. Green, even if I'm doing it on 1 creature, 2 counters every turn is sick. The red is giving me mana value. This I need a graveyard for, and I need something worth getting set. Like, you know, I'm Sun Titaning. I'm Sun Titaning for 7.
It's not hard.
But I guess Sun Titan 6 and people play Sun Titan. Well, I was gonna say, like, people play Sun Titan and Sun Titan 6, so I guess yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like you gotta make like plus Sun Titan has a restriction of 3 or less, right? But like you can fill the graveyard so easily, you know. It's like okay, like if you're like in playing like I don't know, like blue white. Okay, throw like you have so many discards from like things like Frantic Search. You can throw down like Omniscience and then pull it back. You gotta give it some, you gotta make it like 7 or above. I think 7's fine.
Guess.
If not, it might be too low by 1.
Ooh, I do have one I want to talk about. This Math Magic's card. I think this is the dumbest. Like I hate this design.
That's dumb. I hate it.
It's annoying and it's not fun and it's clunky and it's like because they're calculating. No, it's not. It's not funny or quirky. It's annoying. Okay, X is 13. Figure it out, you guys. I guess figure out what 13x twice is. But I don't like this.
I don't care for it. I honestly don't like. Target player draws 2x. Okay, great. Basically anyone that runs infinite mana combos will just like deck someone out with this. Who cares?
But there's better.
What's the difference between this and Blue Sun Zenith in a sense? If you think about it that way.
Minus that it's better designed and shuffles back in and instant speed. Like it's what I mean. This is again. I understand like the whole thing they were going for, but like comparatively, like I said, the set I believe is power pushed like to the sky. If this is my mythic, I'm crashing out a bit.
Like this should probably have been like a rare just because it would be like a fun card in a sense and make it as a joke. I get, but like as you said, like with the pushing of like the power for this set, it's so insane. It actually makes me not want to play Magic as much.
Yeah, my I guess before we get into it, we obviously have to talk about the Emeritus cycle because it's good, but like a lot of it is like I see more and more things that I don't want to personally play. Right, like it's very good and stuff, and there's all these like cool things, but like every one of the dragons, like I said, like a week or two ago, I can't remember what it was, but every one of them is power pushed. Like all of these, like. A really good example is I'll talk the first Emeritus to make my point. The Emeritus of Abundance, right? It's 2 and a green for an Elf Druid 3/4. If you run Regrowth in your deck, there's no reason to not run this card and just have a second piece of your ramp, or entirely remove your ramp and get a 3/4 with your ramp, right? It's just like it's ramp plus ramp premium, right? It's vigilance. It enters prepared. When it attacks, if you control 8 or more lands, it becomes prepared. So you can just continuously do it, and then you can just like regrowth this. So like every one of these cards, just I'm not a fan. Like I understand the design direction of like they have a spell and they're like prepared to cast it. I hate it. I don't like any part of it. I think it's annoying to track. And again, I say pretty much every time a card even says enters, it doesn't even have to have an enters the battlefield ability. I'm like, I love enter the battlefield. I need Panharmonicon. I never shut up about it. And then I'm like, gross. It just like I said, like and again, they printed good cards on them. Like Regrowth is good. They have like one of them is like the Rampant Growth Bear, like he's way down somewhere in there. But again, like this one is just a regrowth to keep bringing cards back. The Emeritus of Conflict is just a lightning bolt on a 2-mana creature. If you're going to run lightning bolt, here's just a second lightning bolt in it. Then it's first strike. Whenever you cast your third spell each turn, it becomes prepared. So you can just again, it's just a Storm Enabler card, so that like you can be like, okay, I cast 3. This is prepared. I have a 1-mana spell sitting there to keep going and stuff. Like, yeah, like I said, I'm not obviously the blue one's Ancestral Recall. Why wouldn't it be, right? Why wouldn't it be blue? And again, it's like listen to the stats on this. Just take away the Ancestral Recall thing. We've got a 5-mana 5/5 flying ward 2. That's just good. If that was just a dragon, I'd be like, wow, that's a pretty good dragon.
Yeah.
I would be like, wow, that's like actually like a pretty decent 5-drop dragon, flying ward 2 5/5 at 5. I'm like, wow, that's pretty great. And then they're just like, what if it entered or attacked? And then you could exile cards from graveyard and it could become prepared. So you just get sorry, you can't prepare it on enter. When it attacks, you can exile. But if you can blink it, which you can, then you just have a Target player draws 3 cards. So anytime you blink, you can just be like, here we go. And it just enters prepared, and we just get 3 mana draw at 1 blue drop. Like that there's no, it's pushed. That's all there is to it. It's pushed. It goes in humans, it goes in wizards, goes in any ETB deck, because why would you not run the strongest target player draws card in any of your blink decks?
Goes in any self-mill deck.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. Like, because as soon as you can do as soon as you have the ability to target stuff like that, like, and again, it also just gives you, if you have like an infinite mana generator, let's look at like a Kinnan deck, right? And you have like a Temur Sabertooth combo in Kinnan, which that happens. Now I just have a mill win on everyone. Sherman draw 3 cards. Everyone's just going to draw 3 cards, and they're like, okay, well, I'm going to try kill you on the stack. Interesting. In response, mill, like, draw 300 other cards. These cards will never hit your hand.
Yeah. Like, I get it. Like, for stuff like that, if you want to play like bracket 4 and you're doing this, all right, fine, go nuts. But like, still, it's just like, I don't want this game to turn into Yu-Gi-Oh, but that's what it feels like it's turning into.
I like to, and again, this is like, I didn't cue this episode up to be like, we're complaining about Strixhaven today. But I thought Strixhaven was such a cool set. I cannot stress enough how much I loved the initial Strixhaven set. It was so good. I thought it was a perfected set. I loved every part of it. They can still, like, the lore was cool. There's still like the other areas of dragons. There's like a decimated part of the continent that I think they could just like be like, oh, here's the enemy dragons. It's very cool. They're like, what if everything is like, also, it's just a set for Izzet cards. That's all there is to it. Like that. I sorry, I'm ranting on this, but it's just a set for Izzet cards. They have the best mana rock, the best like three drop mana rock in red that's ever been printed. And then they're just like, what if Izzet got more stuff? I can't. I understand people like it. I understand. And again, there's cool stuff. People are going to build cool decks with this, but like, it's going to be annoying to sit there and see somebody like flicker an Ancestral Recall in and out. Ancestral Recall shouldn't be in the format in the first place, because a 1-drop draw 3 cards is silly. It shouldn't be on a 5/5 flying ward 2 body that's just repeatable every time you blink it.
Or if it is, just get rid of ward.
Let's also say it is also still a spell that you are casting, and without killing my creature, I just continuously get this spell. So anything that is like a cast trigger, anything that storms, any of these things, you're just giving me 1-drop pieces that I can continuously use. Like they're, I don't know. I'm not a very big fan of it in general.
That's fine. How about something that I am a fan about? The fact that we have planeswalkers again.
All right, that's fair. 1 second. We let's get at least through the cycle. I got almost all of them. The white ones, Emeritus of Truth, Cat Cleric, sick artwork. Undoubtedly sick artwork. 1 double white for a 3/3 Cat Cleric. When it enters, target player creates a 1/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying. Then, if an opponent controls more creatures than you, this becomes prepared. That's pretty good. That's a good ETB. And then it just has a Swords to Plowshare. So if you dare to have more creatures than me, I'm ETB making creatures. This is coming in with 4 power. 1 of it is flying, and a Swords to Plowshare every time it enters. That's good. I like, again, I think it's the least strong of them, but I still think it's strong. And then we have the black one is just a Demonic Tutor, because why wouldn't it be? It's again, listen to the stats on these things. It's a 3 and a black for a 5/4 Vampire Warlock. That's already great. It's already good stats. It's already above normal stats. Then it just has Demonic Tutor, and it enters prepared. And then at the beginning of your end step, if 2 or more creatures die this turn, this creature becomes prepared. So again, in any sacrifice deck, it is just a powerhouse card that lets you continuously Demonic Tutor towards your win con.
Like, this one, I don't mind as much, just because like it's more restrictive. Like, you have to sacrifice stuff, which I understand in a sacrifice deck, you're going to do that anyways. But it's also at the end step, so you don't get the Demonic Tutor until your next turn anyways, right?
That's okay. I'll at least say that. And the artwork goes hard.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The artwork goes very hard. Let's talk. You said you wanted to get to. Oh yeah, we have to talk to dragons. Who wants to start the dragons? Then we talk planeswalkers. The
dragons are overpowered, okay? Let's face it. And in the end, every single table that you're going to sit down to, if the people have the money or they cracked a lot of packs, they're going to see the Wizard Bloom one like again and again and again because it's so insane.
Every one of them is insane. Let's talk Lorehold. Velomachus is the Lorehold dragon. Velomachus's old thing, you had to like build around. Velomachus was like still a cool dragon. They're just like, what if we gave him heroin? And then just everything's a miracle. It's a miracle he's alive from the heroin. And then it's Lorehold Historian 3, a red, a white for 5/5, Flying Haste Elder Dragon. Again, those are good stats on a dragon. I'm happy with that. Each instant and sorcery card in your hand has miracle too. Well, that's a problem. And then at the beginning of each opponent's up, again, end the card there. And I'm like, wow, this is a strong card. This is a strong card you got to build around. And then like at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may discard a card if you do draw a card. What? What are we even talking about? Like, so I can miracle on everyone's turn. I have the built-in parts. I don't even have to build around getting a draw onto other people's turn. It's just on the card. It's just there.
Yeah. I don't like playing Miracle in general. I tried doing like I've never played with Miracle before until like was it the scary one, the horror one, where you have Aramatu come back and she had like a miracle for enchantments.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yay, this is gonna be fun. And I like would play it, and then I'm just like, I can't do the miracle because I need to change up how I draw my freaking cards. I'm like, good golly, this is insane. I don't like this at all.
Well,
and seeing Miracle come back, I don't like it. Like
one of the things really quickly I want to say, like one of the things that makes Miracle fun is that it's a miracle. This is the card I needed and it's here. You know what I mean? Like it's like, yes, I got this. And then it's just like, okay, well, everything is that. Then everything becomes the miracle that I need and stuff, because obviously I'm just going to cast all of like my cool stuff, right? Obviously you're trying to attack me and stuff like that, or we're going in. I've made enemies. I know Slothy's coming to kill me, and I just happen to Wrath of God, miracle for 2. Whoops. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, it's silly.
Stormherd was the card that I needed this whole time.
Which one? Oh,
Stormherd.
Yeah, like it's just again, instant speed blasphemous axe, because again, miracle is it's an alternate thing. So you don't deal with timing restrictions. You just cast when you feel like casting.
Yeah.
This is the only one of the Elder Dragons that I've built so far, and it's just dumb.
Undoubtedly goes hard. Let me quickly let me add the aside. I would probably build every one of these. They're very good cards. Every one of them is good, but like they're all, in my opinion, these are the worst of EDH kind of things, because they're all like omnidirectional. Of that's the only thing you can do with them and stuff, right? Like there's not going to be a creative and fun way to build Lorehold. Like it's just gonna like you can maybe build with like some unplayed card, but you're doing the same thing. Every deck is the same plan, right? Like Prismari, every deck's the same. Like the Belladross one, like you're not playing a no creatures Belladross deck. Witherbloom. Yeah. But again, like I said, undoubtedly goes hard. They look cool. If I cracked either of these, I'd be very happy. Like I said, there's really good mythics in this set. That mathematics one, terrible. But like the Prismari one, 5, a red, this is the only one I think is a reasonable cost. Prismari the Inspiration, 5, a blue and a red for 7/7 flying ward, pay 5 life. Okay, that's good stats. Instants and sorceries you have Storm. That obviously is a mistake to print.
Yes.
It's obviously a mistake.
Rid of the ward.
Again, the ward is big. They can also counter it, and then if you try kill it, all of mine have ward. So even if you have a counter spell to it, I've got 3 counter spells on it. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you counter spell my one thing, and then what are you going to do? To try Swords to Plowshare it 3 times and pay 15 life? That's a steep cost. And again, one of the metrics for at least my deck building and what they ban for at least is it fun? And it is not fun to sit there and see people storm off. No one likes it unless you're the storm off guy. When you're storming off, very fun. I'm having a great time. Wonderful. When you're like resolving, like, okay, now I have a copy of this and then a copy, it drags the game down. It's slow. And you know, like to get your dragon out, you're either ramping very hard with an expensive package, or it's late into the game and you're like, okay, time for me to get going. I'm like, oh man, I just want to go to the next game.
Yeah, it's feeling more and more like you're playing solitaire at times.
Yep,
100%.
Sherman, you take our first planeswalker here. This Delian.
Yeah, we have a Professor Delian Fell for 2 and a black and a green. So comes in with 5 loyalty. So I'm just glad to see planeswalkers again. Let's just start that off. You know, I'm happy. I don't care what they do anymore. I'm just happy that we have planeswalkers again. So, anyways, this guy has 4 abilities. Okay, for the +2 loyalty ability, you gain 3 life. It's nice and simple. Okay, at 0, you draw a card and lose 1 life. I like that. I always like 0 loyalty abilities. -3, destroy target creature. Really, really nice. You know, good offensive, defensive.
Well costed.
Sorry?
I said well costed as well. It's a nice piece. You can't just bring it out as a destroy magnet. I like this.
And then the -6 part, I have a problem with it, just because like you get 1 turn to pump it up, and then you hope like the board tries to like whittle it down, but like it comes in at 5 loyalty and it goes to +6. So you get an emblem with whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. That's the only thing I don't like about this planeswalker.
It's a good emblem.
It's just like, yeah, it's just too strong. That should be like your traditional, like, make it like an 8 or a 9 cost loyalty ability.
Yeah, that is it is too easy to get to that emblem. And again, the fact that you can, I look in the mat, like the ceiling of cards like this, right? And you see it like enter with a doubling season. Okay, now suddenly I pop it off. You
don't even need a doubling season. You just need to proliferate once.
Yeah, I guess that's also true. I also forget you could just proliferate it up once and instantly get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's the problem I have. If you proliferate at least 3 times, okay, that's a little bit more difficult. Even twice you can still pull off, but once, that's the part I don't like. They should have made it like an 8 or a 9 cost.
Undoubtedly, this second artwork, the drip goes hard. This is quite
100%.
This is quite the fit. I'm into this. I like this. That goes hard. Slothy, you want to take the Simic Dragon?
Sure. We've got Quandrix the Proof. 4 green and a blue for a 6/6 Elder Dragon with Flying and Trample and Cascade. Instant and sorcery spells you cast from your hand have Cascade.
Yeah, again, very pushed.
It's fine.
See, I like yes, it's pushed, but at least this one, like for this one, it's like you have a little bit more flexibility with like how big the spells are, whether you want to go big or go small.
Again, though, a Flying Trample 6/6 Cascade at 6 is really good.
That's true. Yeah, it's Cascade. Let's face it.
Yeah. Again, like I said, I'll build that for sure.
Yeah.
The Ral as well, by the way.
Yeah.
The Ral also immaculate outfit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Real.
1 double black for a legendary planeswalker Ral, 3 loyalty. It's +1 surveil too, and I like seeing surveil. I like it. It's pretty good. -1, any number of target players each discard a card. Fair. -2, return target creature with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. I like that. I do love the end. 7 flip -7. Flip 5 coins. Target opponent skips their next X turns, where X is the number of coins that came up heads. I greatly enjoy that. That's very funny.
And like I said, that's a -7, and it comes in at a loyalty of 3.
Yeah, you got to get there. Well, and it's also, you could also whiff. You can also whiff while you're making enemies and be like, Sherman's skipping his next 5 turns. I'm flipping. Nope. All right, Sherman, ignore that. It didn't happen.
Yeah, that's an ability I like, because there's consequences to, like, the possible consequences.
Take 5 extra turns. All right, no one wants to see me take 5 turns. Miss 5 turns.
Yeah.
And I'm going for a snack
if
break.
The person's missing 5 turns, they're gonna be salty as hell.
Oh yeah, they will. This is one I'll buy for sure. There's a few decks. My Shady Deals deck is it'll go into the Shady Deals deck, and it'll also go into the Democracy Sphinx for when people vote against me, make enemies of me.
Good golly.
Yeah, it's good. What is the Silver Quill's good? Very cool card. Your instants and sorceries have casualty. Again, flying vigilance 4/4 at 4. That's well costed for stats before the casualty part. Yeah. I think this is the one. Again, with the Quandrix, you can go lots of different directions with the Cascade, but you're still cascading, right? Silver Quill.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of cool ways to build a Silver Quill because of the ability to like have you got to sacrifice. You're gonna really like what's the I can't think of any of the cards off the top of my head that are just like the lose 2 life, draw a card. Those being able to copy those kind of things, like even those little ones, while still having a sack outlet is going to be great.
Yeah, sign in blood, read the bones.
Yes.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, exactly, right. And then the same thing as well, right? Just being able to sacrifice things to double up on your normal ones, like your generous gifts, your swords to plowshares, any of those. That's a very, very good card, right? Like you're really able to throw these like little 1/1s. I'm probably going to make like a nonsense cleric deck that just has like clerics to throw away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Seems fun. This Dawning Archaic, hate everything about the design.
Sorry, before we move on, I was looking for a card. Raul Zarek with that Edgar King of Figaro from Final Fantasy is mean.
Which is that one?
4 double blue for a 4/5 legendary human artificer noble. When it enters, draw a card for each artifact you control. Then it has an ability called Two-Headed Coin. The first time you flip 1 or more coins each turn, those coins come up heads and you win the flips. So you ultimate Raul, and
the first time you flip 1 or more coins, yeah, they all are heads.
They all come up heads, and you just skip 5 turns.
All right, all right. Both of those decks that I mentioned, the Democracy Sphinx has blue.
So annoying.
I think that's funny. Yeah, this 10 mana 7/7, 1 less for each instant sorcery in your graveyard with reach. When it attacks, you can cast instant sorcery from your graveyard that pays mana cost. I don't like this. I don't know. I guess that's I just don't really like it.
I don't mind it. It's fine.
I think it's pretty cool.
I would have thought again, because like I like to look at things from we're Commander, right? We're a Commander podcast. I look at things from a Commander standpoint, right? And this would be a cool Commander if there was anything to do with it as a Commander, but it's colorless. How many no color spell? None. Maybe like 2. I can cast All Is Dust repeatedly.
Recast all of the. Yeah. Hang on. So would it go? No, but you can only cast it once after that, right?
Exile and say, okay, so I can cast All Is Dust twice in a game if I make this a Commander.
Yeah.
Had this even like a prismatic Piper kind of thing where you pick one color, like this is colorless and one color, and then you could, I don't know. I just see it sucks.
This is definitely an Izzet card.
Yeah.
Even then, like when this comes out, it'll probably be like, unless it's like people play with it a lot and everything, the value is going to be like iffy. But let's say it's going to be low because of that. This is a perfect example of a card where if you're planning to play Magic for a long time or stick with a hobby a long time, this is a card that you want to pick up because it has such high potential for being a powerhouse later on.
Well, like Slothy said, right? It's just an Izzet deck card, right? Because you're gonna drop this 7/7 down for 1 mana or 2 mana, and then it's also got reach because why wouldn't it have reach? And then you just get free casts on attack.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or again, hard ramp decks where everything is like mana ramp and.
Mm-hmm.
I still think people should pick this up just because, like, you know, like in the game in like 5 years, you know, there will be like 50 sets or maybe even 100 sets at the rate that we're going.
I was going to say that the rate we're going, 100 sets in 5 years, you're talking next March.
Yeah. So like, you know, at that point in time, we're going to have a bunch more instant and sorcery spells that are going to be colorless. This is going to be like a commander that has, like I said, hidden potential that grows as the game grows.
I would like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I like interesting colorless commanders, right?
Yeah,
but instants and sorceries are not there. Yeah,
that are not Eldrazi.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it, right? That's why I like that the Azlask deck I just built. That's why I'm having so fun because it's an Eldrazi deck, but it's not meant on like it's not Ulamog or Kozilek because like what kind of person like builds Yeah, it's me. I'm the kind of person. But you know, that being said, what kind of person builds like that? It's the same as like Vorinclex. Like I've got like the old Vorinclex, the whatever hunger one. Just as a commander, no one has fun playing that deck. I've never been like, I want my friends to have a good time. Let me play my Vorinclex deck. They're all going to really enjoy this. Yeah, they're all going to really have fun. No, I'm like, oh, you wanted to attack me all game? You won the game. Yeah, but still, you attacked me. You've broken the alliance. The Witherbloom, again, very expensive, very good. This is a more realistic cost, 6 a black, a green. It's an Elder Dragon 5/5 with affinity for creatures. That's kind of a problem because it's going to come out for cheap as well. You know, even if you're just like playing like a traditional like elf for ramp, you know, you've got like a bird's Bindhorn and an Elvish Mystic out. Then this is like a 5 mana cost, right? Yeah, 3 less. And Flying Death Toucher, problematic. And then instants and sorceries you cast have affinity for creatures because why wouldn't they?
Yeah, I think this is the strongest one. Like because like it comes out like Birds of Paradise basically pays for 2 mana for this commander.
Oh yeah, I did forget. Yeah, just like you said, all of those things that are reducing its cost are all going to be mana dorks that are doubling up on it.
100%. Mm-hmm. So the way I look at this is like a mana flare instead.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like you're gonna turn 1, you're gonna like Land of War Elves. Turn 2, Birds of Paradise. Turn 3. Let's say that you get an Elvish Mystic. So we've spent a total of like 3 mana across 3 turns. And even let's even say we've got 1 mana on the board.
That's two turns when you think about it.
Oh yeah, because the next turn, yes, it comes out. Yeah, that's turn 2. So we go into turn 3 with, let's even say 1 mana sitting out on the field, and then 3 there. So we've got 4 available mana, and then it's down by 3. We're almost casting this with 1 mana drop and some 1-drops.
It's silly. Mm-hmm. It's silly. Like if you had 2 mana, like turn 1, Land of War, turn 2 another land, and like if you
hit a second land, it's out. Because if you only have 1 land drop and then you get like 3 1-drops, you're at 7 of the 8 on turn 3.
Yeah, it's silly. It's stupid.
At least this one doesn't have Ward 19 like all the other ones.
Ward's a crutch, in my opinion. Ward's a crutch.
They're putting Ward on a lot.
If you really want to have a fun time with Ward, okay, the honest truth, okay, build our Storvald deck, Storvald Frost Giant Gnarl. Okay, build that deck. It's a fair cost in commander because it's a 7 cost, right? It has Ward 3, but gives all your other creatures Ward 3. So a fun thing to do is have a Spell Skite and like a Mirage Mirror, and then copy your Spell Skite and just alter it back and forth when someone tries to target your stuff. And you're like, okay, I redirected to this one. Oh, do you want to pay the Ward 3? Oh, you do? Okay, well, I'm going to, pay another 2 life, move it to, redirect it to this Spell Skite. You want to pay the Ward 3?
True. There is there's too much Ward on everything right now. It's kind of I don't know. As removal gets like that, again, that's why Sherman's gone to such aggressive board wipe and like sacrifice. Everything has 90. One of the fun things that I like I said in my big collection I just was going through, I found a bunch of Jasmine Boreals, and I really really like this commander because it's such a unique thing. It's got ramp for it, and it's all about vanilla creatures. Try and find vanilla creatures in recent sets. That's not where they're from. You're not. No. You know what I mean? Like I'm like back in the day. I'm like looking at like it's like okay, here's like a 4/4 vanilla creature for 5 mana. I'm like, let's get it in the deck. And now it's just like, all right, what if it was an 8 mana dragon, but every creature you have brings its cost down and it's flying death touch. I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. And they're like, and it's also going to bring me your instant sorcery cost down, of course.
Yeah.
It's strong. Some of the stuff I wanted to talk about in the like other set, like in the rares, Arc of Hunger is a Boros like lifeline. That's a really good card. It's 2 a red, a white. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, this artifact deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain a life. That's cool, but it's that fact that it has tap, mill a card. You can play that card this turn. Kind of in Boros, you're always kind of stuck looting, right? That's like kind of where a lot of that card draw comes from. But the fact that you can play this, try hit your land drops with it. You have another pseudo way to like drain people with this. I actually really, really like this as a rare.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. Sorry, go ahead.
No.
Oh, I was just going to move to probably the card I'm most excited for from this section. the Cauldron of Essence. 1 a black and a green for an artifact. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. 1 black-green, tap and sacrifice a creature. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery.
Wicked.
So strong.
Witherbloom loves those little 1/1 pest tokens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
glad you brought
very
back the
playable.
pest.
But they brought pests back weird.
Yeah.
True.
They're like they're a different kind of pest now. Speaking of pests, I do like this other pest token just because I like the artwork so much on Bletch, the loafing pest.
Yeah.
1 a black, a green for a 3/4. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on each pest, bat, insect, snake, and spider you control. I like that. Again, this is the Witherbloom nonsense I like. Get your affinity for creatures nonsense out of here. I want to gain life and I want to do silly things.
Mm-hmm.
There's I do have to say one thing, and I'm sure everybody knows how I feel about this already. I don't like this like Harry Potter monstrosity looking card where it looks like they're like trying to play like the Quidditch game, but like they're not quite playing Quidditch. You know, this Aziza. I hate the artwork on this card. I think it looks just silly, like it's you know what I mean. It just the set has like so many cool things, like themes of life and death. The plane was just ravaged by war, and they're like, but like, what if we're like on like a football stadium? You know, like kind of like playing like a magical game.
Strixhaven has Mage Tower.
I understand. I understand, but I don't like the artwork, and especially because I'm simple minded. If I don't like the art, I'm not building the card. And this is a really cool effect, and I might have to build it. It's you know what I mean. It's just like because again the character design's cool. Like this Aziza person, I got no problem with that. Like the big like scroll like a scroll scarf thing, that's sick. It's just the goofy like the goofy football stadium thing. I don't know. I don't like it. But it's whenever you cast instant sorcery, you can tap 3 untapped creatures you control. If you do copy it, you can choose new targets for the copy, and it's a 2-drop. I think that's a really cool cheap budget commander for like flooding like tokens, and I think that's super, super fun. I'm probably still gonna build it.
Hear me out, Dan. Hear me out. Build as commander, but only with cards with artwork you do not enjoy.
Get me faithless looting on the line right now. Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry to the heart.
Again, the artist has lots of other cool stuff, just not that one.
Yeah, she does. She really does.
I do really like Berta as well. This is a really cool card, Berta Wise Extrapolator. 2 in Simic for a Frog Druid, 1/4 with increment whenever you cast a spell. If the amount of mana you spent is greater than it, put a 1/1 counter on it. Whenever 1 or more 1/1 counters are put on Berta, you add 1 mana of any color. That's such a cool ability. That's very cool. Then X in a tap, create a 0/0 green and blue fractal, and put X 1/1 counters on it. I like this a lot. It's a cool token generator. It's a mana generator. I think that's a unique card.
Reminds me of Where We Live.
Yeah, I really like this. Yeah, Berta. I didn't even think about that. I like that. Well, now I got to build it. My Berta deck. Is there anything else in here? Well, obviously there's going to be a bunch of other things. There's
a lot.
Well, I'm saying, is there anything you like though as we scroll through?
I like if you go down to F. There's one called Fix What's Broken. That's something that I like, but I think everyone's going to abuse easily. It's for 2 in a white and a black, so 4 mana total. It's a sorcery. As an additional cost to cast a spell, pay X life. We all know how to abuse that, right? So return each artifact and creature card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield.
That goes hard.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I play a bunch of like white weenies. All right, they're on the graveyard. Sure, let's just bring them all back. I mean, 4 mana and 1 life.
Yeah, that's very good.
Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of this. Sorry?
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was going to be like, so the question is, how much do you think this rare is going to cost? When you actually click into it and it shows the prints, it's like $1 rare.
I think, like you said, it's gonna not having to pay, like being able to use X for the cost of a life, that or life for your X cost, that doesn't matter. No one cares. You know what I mean? I'll throw 10 life away, no problem, to bring everything back.
Yeah, It's stupid.
And you don't
It's
even
so stupid.
and you don't even have to go that deep.
Buying every single copy I can find of this.
Yeah, here's my 6-life. A road is a really good one. The new like white, it's going to be another auto include. It'll be in a lot of decks. The one drop, destroy target creature or planeswalker. They can search for basic land, put on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. The destroy instead of exile is not going to matter to people. It's going to be like a third swords effect for sure.
Yeah.
The
mana ramp for white.
The exhibition Tidecaller, never should have printed that card. Insane. Did you read that one, Sherman?
Yeah, that's insane. For one, let's just read it. So 1 blue for 0/2 Jing Wizard. It has Opus. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, target player mills 3 cards. If 5 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, that player mills 10 cards instead. This is so stupid. I do not like cards like this.
Well, this is just annoying.
It's annoying, but don't make it for 1 blue. Make it for at least a 3 cost or a 4 cost. Don't make it for 1. I don't care if it's a 0/2. Even if it was a 0/1, okay, maybe, but don't make it a 1 cost. Make it a 2 cost if that's the case.
A 0/2, so it's like a decent early blocker from anything aggressive, and then you just mill.
Yeah,
They just
and
made
even if someone attacks you, you're just like, okay, every single spell I cast now is going to target you for attacking me.
Yeah, that one's very strong.
Yeah.
They just made this to feed the emeritus of ideation.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's so stupid. Like this should be a mythic instead of mathematics or magics. They should they have it reversed.
Right? Yeah, the mathematics card sucks. I was gonna say this hardened academic card. That artwork looks awesome. I don't quite think this is my commander style. But like a 2-drop, 2/1 bird cleric flying haste, discard a card, creature gains lifelink whenever one or more cards leave your grave, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. I think that's very, very playable in like more standard formats.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the art's so sick,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
I'm a big fan of the Grave Researcher too.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. There's so many of these good like prepared. Like I said, that's why I think the prepared mechanic is rough. Take the Grave Researcher, please.
Yeah. 2 and a black for 3/3 Troll Warlock. At the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1. Then if there are 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, this creature becomes prepared. And the prepared spell is Reanimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so strong.
At least it doesn't enter prepared.
Right.
But yeah. But still.
Yeah, they've got a brainstorm one. They have Jadzi as well. The new Jadzi's pretty cool. It's 2 and a blue for a 2/4 human wizard. Jadzi enters prepared. When Jadzi enters, draw 2, discard 2, and then it has Oracle's Gift XX blue. Create X0 green and blue fractal tokens, then put 1 X1 counters on them. I think that's like really, really cool that you can like just like make a gigantic field of X drops.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one's like a pretty fun card, and I think it's cool. The Joined Researchers, great card because I love playing Secret Rendezvous.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't make a Jadzi for the prepared ability green.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. I think green gives this to like at least as mono blue, you have to dedicate into ramping, right? Giving this a green ramp color is The Informed Inkwright as well, really good if you like to play like if you're like Sherman and you like to play Answers. Informed Inkwright's just great. Whenever you cast instant or sorcery that targets a creature, you get a 1/1 black Inkling. That's phenomenal.
Yeah,
I like
broken.
Yeah, I don't really do that, but there's decks I have that maybe the Inkwright will be. The avatars are interesting, but they're okay. I just like the hybrid costs.
Mm-hmm.
Mana Sculpt again. Sherman, take Mana Sculpt.
Mana Sculpt, hang on. I'm looking at different things. Mana Sculpt is 1 double blue. It's an instant. Counter target spell. If you control a wizard, add an amount of colorless equal to the amount of mana meant to cast that spell at the beginning of your next main phase. So it's basically a mana drain, but more expensive.
Mana drain for 1 if you have a wizard, or just to cancel. Any deck that runs a cancel could just replace it with this, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's how much is this one going to be? Wow, it's already like going to be up to like around like $4 or $5. Not bad.
Oh, if you can get those at $4 or $5, you should get them at $4 or $5. Because again, any deck, like if you're running a deck where your commander is a wizard, this is like an almost auto include counterspell. It's like almost best in slot counterspell minus mana drains.
Yeah, it's nice. Don't get me wrong, but I like sillier. I don't like strong counterspells. I like silly counterspells. I like things like Spelljack, where it's like costs like 3 and triple blue, and I just take your spell. It's just fun, right? I don't like playing with counterspells anymore that are just like Swan Song and all that stuff. It's not as much fun.
Yeah. The Molten Core Maestro, very cool. It's got it's another Opus one. It's a 2/2 Goblin Bard. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Awesome. If 5 or more mana was spent to cast it, add an amount of red equal to this creature's power. That's going to be great for storming decks.
Mm-hmm.
That's so strong. Good golly.
What?
Wow.
This Maseo is kind of cool.
Yeah, I was seeing that. The artwork's awesome. Take the Maseo, please.
2 and a black for a 2/1 legendary bird skeleton warlock with flying. When Maseo enters, create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with whenever this token attacks, you gain a life. And it has infusion. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, return up to 1 target creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of life you've gained this turn.
This needed another color. If this had like green in it or white in it, this was like an Orzhov commander, sick. If this was like a like Witherbloom commander, that'd be sick too, right? But
yeah, I think they should have been green as well. But regardless of that artwork's just so sick.
Like I was saying though, the Maseo, I think it would have done a lot better with another color. It's cool. It's like I think it's one of the cooler artworks I've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
and I have to build it.
I'm 100% building it because I love reanimating things.
Yeah,
I see this as a 99 card, not a commander.
Yeah,
but that's what I mean. If it had another color in it, do you not think it'd be great commander?
Even still, like I think something like Jared or what's it called, Baba Saga would make great use of this.
See, to me, if you could give this like white, so I've got access to some blinking abilities where I can get this ability off, and I can get these pests more and more, and I can build around it. Like I can get my Soul Wardens, and I keep doing that stuff. Then I'm gonna make this with a white card for sure. I don't know what white, but this is an illegal pairing. Don't even worry about that.
Give it choose a background.
Oh, I do love the backgrounds. This
Pox Plague is kind of funny too.
Close half the life to this card's half the card.
Pox Plague. 5 black for a sorcery. Each player loses half their life, then discards half the cards of their hand, then sacrifices half the permanents they control of their choice, round down each time.
So, anyone that's a targeted player, have fun.
Sacrifice half your permanents is extreme. Half the permanents is not half the non-land permanents.
I have 10 1/1s and 10 lands. Goodbye, lands.
I like that.
Wow, that's just the fact that it's like permanents and not non-land permanents is what really hurts.
Right. The resonating
if it rounds down, you're just still sacrificing land. That's fine.
Not me. I'm throwing everything. I like my lands. You gotta have those lands. Can't get rid of them. Like I was saying, this is like a is it set for sure. Like look at this resonating loot. 2 1 blue 1 red. Lands you control have tap to add 2 mana of any one color. Spend it only for instants and sorceries. That's very strong. And then it has draw a card, activate only if you have 7 or more cards in hand.
This is cool.
Okay, that's pretty good.
At least it's a 4 cost.
Yeah, but the 4 cost to have, again, this is a 4-drop mana doubler. If you just raw like 4 lands this out, you're now 8 mana for instants and sorceries with a draw ability. Pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, but it basically you're taking one turn to cast this and just hoping for the best.
I like all these birds. I do like the Strixhaven birds a lot. And I just saw the Sky Coach Conductor, and it's not a good card. It's a bad card, but I like it. It's 2 and a blue for a 2/3 flash, fly, and vigilance bird pilot. Enters prepared, and then it has all aboard. Exile target non-pilot creature you control. Then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. So you can't just sit and infinitely bounce itself. It stops it from doing it. Non-pilot is such a strange such
specific.
a specific one, but I just really love. Oh yeah, I like the artwork a lot. These birds are silly.
Whoever designed this was not a fan of Neon Dynasty.
Yeah, no, get that out of here. There's like I said, there's some cool stuff. The splatter technique is really cool artwork. I really like it. But it's kind of expensive for what it is. Well, I guess not. It's one double blue, double red. You choose one, you either draw 4, so 5 to draw 4 isn't horrible, I guess. Or it deals 4 damage to each creature in Planeswalker, which is a great board wipe.
Yeah, for 5 mana, it's not bad.
Sorcery speed, yeah.
And then...
there's a few. Like I said, we're kind of just live looking at the set right now. We haven't really looked at a lot. Exile.
We haven't even looked at the commander stuff yet.
Yeah, that's fine. I guess maybe we'll go over the commanders quickly. Exile target non-land permanent and the top card of the library. For each of those cards, its owner may play it until the end of the next turn. That's a good card. Suspend aggression.
That's not bad at all.
Oh yeah.
You're kind of like airbending it. That's good.
Yeah.
The together as one, everyone keeps thinking the magic conspiracy theory time. The reality fracture, everyone's like, they're going to add like another color of mana. They're going to add this purple mana that they keep teasing and whatever. And this is another like a kind of thing. They're going very hard with domain and converge and these kind of things. So everyone thinks like basic mana types are going to be their thing, but together as one is 6 mana. You can only have 5, so 6 mana. And it's got converge. Target player draws X cards. Together as one deals X damage to any number or any target. You gain X life, where X is the number of colors spent. So everyone's like, what if there's going to be a 6th color? Uh-oh.
I don't know about that. I think the game will break.
Give me purple backgrounds. Or give me death.
I think the game will break at that point in time. But if you introduce a new color at this point in time, okay, a brand new color, how are you going
do you balance
it? Yeah, balance the power of it.
Yeah, because it's so far behind all the other colors, right?
Yeah,
you have to have like almost the purple set. Yeah.
Weak.
The only exception I will take is if they have some sort of thing like other currency, like let's say like you create like a stone, almost like the power stones back in like the Urza Brothers War kind of deal. Okay, but like let's say like you need these stones that to produce like some sort of energy for this thing, but to do that you have to tap 2 mana of different color to form this new stone because it absorbs it or something along those lines. Then that I will accept, but I will not accept another color. I don't think that's maybe they will, maybe they've play tested or anything, but it's so far behind. How do you balance it?
I'm quickly pulling up. I'm just trying to find a good example of this here. 1 second. I'm looking for a bear here.
For Converge?
No, not for Converge. Converge, like you said, you can't balance that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, I found one. The first bear on the list, if you just look at Magic Bears, we get Alpine Grizzly. Alpine Grizzly is 2 and a green for a 4/2 bear. Vanilla, nothing else. Going in Jasmine Boreal. That being said, Vassalin Scavenger, this is cool artwork. I like this artwork. But it's 1 a green. So a 3 mana, another 3 mana bear. We get a 4/4 bear druid with Death Touch, enters prepared, and it has Bind to Life. 4 and a green, it's an instant. Mill 7 cards, put a creature from among them onto the battlefield. What a phenomenal graveyard deck card.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're filling your graveyard. You have a Death Toucher. You have a 4/4 bear with like an immaculate outfit on. This bear is dapper.
They should have made it like a 2/2 or something like that.
Yeah, they should not have made it a 4/4 Death Toucher at 3 mana in the bear category.
It's like gonna be like they're trying to make it like another questing beast at this point in time.
Yeah. Oh, Sherman, there's another. This Vicious Rivalry is exactly like the other one you liked. Why?
Oh, for Vicious Rivalry, for 2 and a black and a green sorcery. As an additional cost to cast a spell, pay X life. Destroy all artifacts and creatures with mana value X or less. Yeah, see, this is what I mean.
That's a great board wipe.
It's like a better Toxic Deluge. So, like it's a 4 cost. Okay, fine. Most board wipes are 4 or 5 costs. I'm fine with that. I just, pay 4 life and destroy everyone's soul rings and arcane signets and all your treasures and clues and foods and everything just cuz. Why not? I'm down for that. You guys have a bunch of tokens? Okay, I'll just pay 4 life. Or sorry, 4 mana, 0 life.
I scrolled down like
and it's throwing out tokens.
I scrolled down like 2 cards. Wisdom of Ages, 4 triple blue. Return all instant sorceries from your grave to hand. You have no max hand size. Oh, okay.
Good.
Yeah, why not, right? The Zephi I think is costed way too high. 5 is it 5/7. Once during each of your turns, you may cast an instant sorcery from your hand without paying its mana cost. I think that's like pretty expensive, but maybe not. I don't know. What do you like? Do you feel that's a high cost for that?
Yeah.
I don't I don't think so. 7 cost is, I think it's fine in all honesty, just because it is a really strong ability. It's just like what kind of spells you're gonna cast. Like you're like, once again, it's just the direction that they're trying to push, right?
Yeah. I do want to rip through really quickly some of these, like some of the uncommons. There's cool uncommon legends, but again, we get a bunch of stuff, like I said, that is just so good for. Oh, I have to, before I even say anything, whoever designed these cards is trying to make me have a stroke. If you look at Abstract Paint Mage, there's a lot of cards in the set that do the exact same thing. But it's a blue, then a hybrid, then a red. But the hybrid symbol is bigger than the other ones, and it's such a hideous blemish on the card. Like there's no reason why it should look like that. And
what?
And every time I see any of these, I would just like stare at them. I'm like, what am I having? Yeah, they're brutal. But again, it's a really good card. So it's 3-drop, 2/2. At the beginning of your first main phase, you add spend it only to cast instant or sorceries. That's like an auto include in so many decks. This is a phenomenal card.
I have to talk about one of these. This one shows it perfectly. If you look at it, it's going to be Diary of Dreams for 2 mana. All I care about is the fact that we have a new subtype now.
Book.
And that's book.
Book.
Artifact book.
They finally decided to put book as a subtype. Unfortunately, that means I'm going to probably have to redo my whole deck.
Yeah. I mean, fair. Are they giving us more?
Yeah. Oh, they're going to give us more, but they've errated a bunch of old stuff already. So if you're looking like Scryfall or whatever, or Gatherer, and you type like book for the subtype and search up, you'll see a bunch of things. Like spell book or book of wrath. Things like that. So it's nice. Like even Cody is a book type, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I do have to say, Slothy, looking at this Arnon, I could fix her.
Let's see here.
I could fix her. I could make her work.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, it's well, I'm gonna build it. I like the artwork. I think it's really cool. Slothy understands. I obviously have to build it. I don't know what else you guys want me to say. Okay, you made the card. You made your point. I'll build it, I guess.
I guess if I have to.
Yeah, right. There's some really, really cool instants and sorceries in here. Like I said, I love these bird wizards. The Emil is pretty cool. It's not this one's not a deck I would make, but like if you could pair Emil and Jadzi together, it'd be really cool. But it's 2 and a green for a 3/3 elf druid. Creatures you control with 1/1 on them have trample, which is always good. And then 4 and a tap, create a 0/0 green and blue fractal token. Put X1 counters on it, where X is the number of differently named lands you control. I could see that being a really fun deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's
like overall, I think like the set's all right, but like it is, the power is pushed hard.
Look at this Essen Kit Scholar. It's there again. This insane difference in mana size.
Yeah. Anytime you have the hybrid.
There's one I'm specifically looking for before we wrap it up. I don't know where it is, but it's a mana rock.
Of course.
Also, Harsh Annotation is really good too. 1 and a white, destroy target creature. Its controller gets a 1/1 black. I could see that being very playable as well.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm glad they brought back the Cycle of Charms as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to see Charms again.
I have not seen these yet. Where are they?
So
Lorehold Charm. Yep.
Yeah, Lorehold. You have Prince Mari Charm, Quandrix Charm, all that stuff. So I just like charms in general. I like having like the different choices.
Yeah, the Lorehold Charm is really cool.
Yeah. So
we're looking for it. It's there.
Rock you're talking about?
It's there. You got to believe me. Molten Note deals damage target. Oh, there's
a Tablet of Discovery.
What is that? A red one?
Yeah.
That's the one. Read that.
So, Tablet of Discovery, 2 in a red artifact. When this artifact enters, mill a card. You may play that card this turn. Tap to add a single red, or you can tap to add 2 red. Spend this mana only to cast instant and sorcery spells. For 3 mana, not bad at all.
Really good. It's again, any rock that is tapping for 2 mana is always going to be great, right? Like Warren Power Stone's coming in tapped for that, but it's also giving you your advantage, right? So like you're realistically, if you're planning to cast instant and sorcery, you're casting this for 1 mana on the turn because you've got 2 available mana still. You're dropping this rock down at 1 basically.
Ooh. So what do you guys think of the new mechanic increment real fast? So if you go under Tester of the Tangential or 1 in a blue, it's a 1/1 Djinn Wizard. It has increment. So increment is whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana you spend is greater than this creature's power or toughness, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay X. When you do, move X 1/1 counters from this creature onto another target creature. All right, cool. So the increment, like basically, as long as you cast a spell, if its casting cost is bigger than its power or toughness, you give a +1/+1. I know we all love +1/+1s. I know that we've been asking for an evolved mechanic to come back, or like the evolved mechanic to come back. The fact that we got increment, I'm kind of like, I'm willing to give it a shot, but at the same time, I kind of really wish they brought back evolve.
Well, that was kind of my initial thought too. Like at this point, they're kind of doing anything except bringing back evolve.
Yeah. So like I get it, like Strixhaven, it's like spell slingers and all, and stuff like that. Okay, I get it, but like at the same time, can we just go back to evolve for a bit, or like go back to Ikoria and give them the evolve, and then let us mutate on top of those creatures that have evolve.
Yeah, evolve is cool. That and mutate are two things that I see all the time that people really want to play more of.
Yeah,
because they're like they just don't have enough of either of those things.
Yeah, like every mutate deck ends up being pretty much exactly the same.
Well, there's just no variety, right?
Yeah.
You have like the same 20 mutate cards, right? So like we need more. We need to go back to Ikoria.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's I guess really quickly, let's just go over what's the commander ones. Do you want to just quickly read off a few of the commander ones? And then
I can do that real fast.
Then we wrap them. Yeah, just there's
one that I want to take if that's okay.
So which one you want to do?
Muddle.
All right, fine. I got Dina because I love Dina. So Dina Essence Brewer is going to be the first one we see here. For she's going to be the face commander for a 1 in a black and a green. That's 2/3. A Dryad Druid. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, draw a card. This ability only triggers once each turn. I love the fact that they do have these once per turn kind of things now, because then it's harder to go infinite, which is something I greatly appreciate. Mm-hmm. And for 2 in a tap, sacrifice another creature. You gain X life and put X +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the sacrificed creature's power. I am looking forward to this one. I want to get this commander set. I love Dina. I love Dina in the first Strixhaven, and yeah.
I like that art and that ability. That's very cool.
Mm-hmm. She's so great. Like even when a lot of people gravitated towards Dina, for like she was one of the best uncommon legendary creatures we had for Strixhaven.
Yeah, right? Dina
So
was awesome. People loved it.
Graduate's great.
I like that. I also like Gorma the Gullet. I'll take the Excava, the Risen Past here. 2 a white and a red for a 3/3 Spirit Horse with Flying Haste. Flying Horse. Whenever it attacks, return up to 1 target artifact, creature, or non-aura enchantment with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. It's a 1/1 spirit with flying in addition to its other types. I actually like Sun Titan the Commander.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
It's nice. It's cool. It's like, I like that.
Oh, I'll take which one did you say you want? You want, okay, Sherman, you take Gorma.
Okay. So Gorma the Gullet for 1 black and a green. Pest Frog, that's a 1/1 life link, which is always nice. Whenever another creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Gorma. Non-token creatures you control enter with an additional +1/+1 counter on them for each creature that died under your control this turn. That's just so wrong on so many levels. Like, oh my goodness.
That is pretty cool. It makes me want to build Devour. I love Devour.
Devour's great.
Yeah.
Next, we have our Killian Decisive Mentor. 1, a white and a black for a 2/3 human warlock. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, tap up to 1 target creature and goad it. I love it. Whenever 1 or more creatures that are enchanted by an aura you control attack, draw a card. Also, really, really like that. Wish it wasn't 1 or more, but you get what you get.
Yeah.
All right, then we got Muddle the Ever-Changing. 2 blue and a red for a 3/3 legendary elemental otter shapeshifter. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Muddle becomes a copy of up to 1 target non-legendary creature you control until end of turn, except it has Myriad.
Ooh.
I'm building Is It Adventures out of this guy.
I like this. This is cool.
Then you can get them both.
Myriad. No.
Whenever you...
Yeah.
That's... I like that.
That's really cool.
I would build that. That's... again, see, my big complaint again is the dragons slap hard. They go hard. They're great. They're all very easy to best in slot. This model, the Ever-Changing, that's already nonsense. That Dina, nonsense. Even the Killian, right? Like you can build in your own certain ways. Like this model, you're going to see really, really interesting decks. And that's what I like to see. I love to see an interesting deck. Everyone's going to understand that you're going to have like best in slot, like cascade things and blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
Once again, just find something that's legendary, mutate on top of it so it's non-legendary, and now let's make a copy and attack.
I like it.
This is that's a really, really cool that's a great ability. I think every part of that is just really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And plus, like, coming around like this, like you do have to jump through hoops to make it work. So like it's nice and fun for that because it's like a problem that you're trying to solve.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna build that one too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'll get the next one here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to be Primo the Unbound for X double green and a blue Fractal Wolf. It's a 0/0 and has trample. It enters with twice X +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control with base power 0 deals combat damage to a player, create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token. Put a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the damage dealt.
Yeah,
it's a silly fun card.
Yeah, good. Oh, we got my boy himself, Quintorius, History Chaser. 2 a red, a white for 5/5 Planeswalker that can be your commander. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. Awesome. +1, you may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards, then mill a card. I like that. And then -4 spirits you control, gain double strike and vigilance until end of turn. Kind of a weak commander option, even though I like Quintorius, but
I kind of wish that there was a way to bring stuff back with him.
Yeah, like something to reanimate what you're throwing away.
Yeah.
So
maybe look into like mayhem stuff in like from Spider-Man. Who knows?
I guess, yeah.
Then we've got Rutha, Mastering the Moment. 2 blue and a red for a 3/4 legendary orc sorcerer. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you've cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, create an XX blue and red elemental creature token with flying and haste, where X is the greatest mana value among instants and sorceries you've cast this turn.
This is bad Talrand.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just bad tower. Again, compared to the other one where it's like also a 4-cost, like the other one's like so cool. This is like a lot of hoops to jump through to get 1 creature.
Yeah, to get 1 probably like, 2/2, 3/3.
Well, again, I get 1 5/5, or I just like Talrand and I brainstorm and apparently Ancestral Recall 3 times, and then I'm left with,
Yeah. After that one, we have the other Silver Quill one. Scribe the Oblivigator or Obligator. Blah! I can't speak. Okay, it's 2 in a white and a black. Inkling Bird. Ooh, fun. And it looks super cute. Let's face that. It's a 2/3. Flying Death Touch. Ew. When it enters or attacks, create a white aura enchantment token named Contract attached to the target creature an opponent controls. The token has enchanted creature, and whenever enchanted creature attacks, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn if it's attacking one of your opponents. Otherwise, the controller loses 2 life. So basically, you put an enchantment on a creature. It either attacks or if it attacks one of your opponents, it gets +2/+0, or they lose 2 life. One of the two.
You attack me, I'm coming to you. I like that one a lot, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems fun.
Oh, we got another Zimone too. We have Zimone Infinite Analyst. I like all the Zimone cards. 1 a green and a blue for a 0/4 human wizard. The first spell you cast with X in its mana cost each turn is 1 less for each 1/1 counter on Zimone. Awesome. Whenever you cast your first spell with X in its mana cost, you put 2/1 counters on Zimone. Okay, that's good. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I guess, do we just quickly go through the new cards fast the same way? There's not many of them if there's anything cool.
There's 50 cards, but we've been going for like an hour and a half or so.
No, but we won't go over all of them if there's just any cool legends, basically.
We talk.
I'm just looking. I'm not seeing anything super like compelling that I'm like, I gotta talk about this here. Got an Exsanguinate in it. It doesn't look like they have a lot of extra legendaries in here. I think you just kind of get what you get there.
Yeah.
You get Nev. Nev is cool. I like when they give us like a third legendary commander to be like that. I like ripping the decks apart. They have been more focused lately, but yeah, nothing. Oh yeah, they have the one commander or the one card that has channel on it, but everyone gets it. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything.
The fact that they brought back channel, I think is silly. I honestly do think it's silly.
It looks like they've got good lands in the decks.
Yeah, the new land cycle is kind of cool.
Are these in the like? Are any of these reprints or no?
The new lands?
A bunch of these, yeah. It seems like there's a lot of multicolor lands that I don't really recognize in here.
No, these are new.
That's cool.
Like Eclipse Deeps, Scorch Geyser. These are new.
Are those main set lands too, or just in here?
Just in here.
Interesting. Okay, I think that's pretty cool. I guess the only one in here that I really want to talk about is this Brass Infiniscope. As I scrolled through, it's just a 4 mana artifact. You tap it to add 2 colorless. When you next cast a spell with X in its cost a turn, you draw a card, gain X life, rounded down. That's good. It's again just a double. It's a mana rock at its worst. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, that's it. The rest of the stuff is in there. Draw 2 cards. You put none of it. I care mostly about like legendary creatures. So I was like, maybe there's gonna be some cool stuff in there, but no, not really. It's still I guess we just quickly before we go, we just wrap it. Like, what do you think of the set after we've like kind of looked at it? I still am kind of meh on it. There's stuff I'll build that's like cool in passing, but nothing super screams to me like that. I've got to like I want to build Bletch because it's fun. I've got to build Berta because Slothy told me Berta the name and it sounds funny.
Yeah, I think overall, like I'm looking forward to playing like against people with the commander sets and everything. I personally want to get Dina, so whether I will get her or not is a different story. But for the set overall, I think they're pushing the power creep a little bit too much for my liking, and it is what it is. Like, power creep is what basically sells everything.
So power creep, like it balances some of the older collections out and stuff like that, right? But if you have the older collections, like I've got a lot of cards. If you ever watched any of the videos, you could see like my whole table in like one side of my house, my whole table there covered in cards, and like so for me, I already have cards that kind of do what I'm wanting to do. If you're building a collection right now, obviously these are like really, really cool cards to get and play around with and stuff. And there's undoubtedly power in it and stuff. But I do think a lot of it is like just really, really strong. A lot of it didn't. Everything that I like from the set, like I'm sitting there. If you see the videos, I'm like taking pictures while we like. I'm gonna build this. They're all nonsense cards, like the Muddle, the Excava, the Bletch. Like they're all just like I'm gonna build like the Scriv Obligator, like so that I can. Like, I like that kind of stuff, right? Like the dragons they're very good. I get it, but I don't really need any of like the super pushed cards because I already have commanders that have places for that, right? And if you play it a long time, like the like the same thing. Slothy doesn't need like an annoying strong commander because Slothy already has like a Derevi deck built that's like already ready to like slap face, right? It's the same kind of thing. Like if you played a long time, you kind of already have your strong decks, and you don't really need to make another big strong deck. Like all of my old Strixhaven dragons were like unique. I found at least, right? Like I loved like switching life totals, and I loved the shady deals, politics, and all these kind of things. I don't need like I already have instance and sorcery kind of decks that are better than these. Like, so I don't know. I was very disappointed in the set design space. Like I understand what they're trying to do, but it was such a unique set before. That's what I loved so much about Strixhaven was like how unique and cool it was. And now this is just like, what if spells were cooler?
I just find it ironic or funny and ironic is like everyone's excited about like or not caring about like universes beyond and everything, and then like the sets are coming out and people are like, hey, you know what, these are actually bangers and everything, and then like everyone like was really looking forward to Strixhaven, and now it's like, oh, this is what we get.
I do think a lot of people are really excited for it, and again, maybe like how
they're still excited for it, don't get me wrong. Yeah
But like again, I do really there's some cool stuff in the set, but for me it's not really the power. I can't really see myself being excited about like most of the Emeritus cycle, those kind of things. They're not really like what I build with and like how I play.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wish they had more stuff with like the pest things. The paradigm cards. There's some good ones. I've got a few decks that like are going to use those, I'm sure. But I don't know. I just I'm a little let down on the set. That's all. That's all for me. Yeah. If there's like stuff that people like, again, I think it's one of those sets where I'm gonna like see someone build something interesting and I'm like, okay, well that's actually like really cool. Spider-Man was like that. I didn't really like Spider-Man, and then I saw a bunch of cool Spider-Man decks and I was like, all right, these are pretty cool. You guys got some pretty cool ones. You guys have mono red Omnath. I'm interested. Now that being said, all of these Emeritus cards are going to be expensive, and if you want a discount on them, go over to houseofcards.ca, promo code IT99. It's going to give you a wonderful discount on any of those cards. It's going to support a good business. It's going to support us. You can, it helps get more support to us, so I can whine about the cards in the set more and more as I don't like them as days goes on. But yeah, no, they are really a great set. For everyone who does listen, like, share, subscribe, it really, really does help us out. You want to come hang out with us on Patreon, build decks, talk about these, explain to me why I'm wrong. Thunder did with Kellen, and he whooped me with the Kellen deck. So build some of these decks and come and show me what is what on the Patreon and stuff like that. It's a great place, and we have wonderful people who support us there. So thank you to everyone who does. And last but not least, go to nerdgear.ca, promo code IT99. It's going to give you a great place for sleeves, play mats. It's going to give you great places to display your commanders with their commander essential kits. And if you want to try drop pests, they have really, really nice dry erase tokens and everything like that also come in those sets. So again, go support a wonderful business out. Promo code IT99. Everything's over on our website. We have great articles there. And thank you everyone who listens. I really appreciate it. And let me know if I'm wrong on the set. That's it. I'm done yapping.
All right, laters.
Bye-bye.
See you.